Hi art friends, today is day one of our fourth grade project. We are learning about pop art. If you went through the Google slide show and the video, you will know that pop art means popular art. Art that artists came up with that was different than your typical artwork that they had in the past. Instead of having boring portraits and things like that, they were including popular things that were going on around them. So for instance, Campbell's soup. That was a brand new invention, having soup in a can rather than having to make it from scratch. So things that were happening around were being shown in artwork. Comic books, Elvis Presley, who was a famous singer at the time, anything popular was all of a sudden being painted and showing up in artwork. So if you think of popular things that are happening around us now that we use, technology. I want you guys to think of symbols and things that are popular around us. So technology, the Apple for the MacBook. I'm going to draw some examples here. We have Apple, and I'll try to draw it upside down. I'm thinking of fast food. A lot of people don't want to cook anymore. So we have the McDonald's M sign, shoes, and clothing logos, Nike swoosh. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to use symbols to create a pattern to show pop art, just like the famous pop artists did. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper, either lined or computer paper, and a pencil. I always draw with markers so you can see what I'm doing, but you're going to use a pencil. You are going to take one of your papers and you are going to have it vertical, which means up and down. You're going to fold it in half like a hot dog roll. You're going to fold it in half like a hamburger roll. And then you're going to fold it in half one more time like a hamburger roll. When you open it, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. You're going to do that to the other piece of paper that you have. Review, fold it in half like a hot dog roll. Fold it in half like a hamburger roll. Fold it in half again. And you're going to open it. Probably not going to need the whole piece of paper for the second one, but what you're going to do is you're going to use your scissors and you're just going to cut on the folds that you have on one of the pieces of paper. You're going to use this paper that you're cutting to make a stencil. I'll show you what I mean in a minute with a stencil. Let's pretend I have all those cut. All right, I'm going to keep it simple. Just because I keep it simple doesn't mean that I want you to copy me and I want to see all the same projects when you go to turn these in. Keeping it simple so that we don't make this video go for too long. So with your pencil, you're going to use one of your little pieces of paper that you cut out. It can be vertical or horizontal. It's up to you. You are going to, with a pencil, draw a symbol. Goodness gracious, it's hard to draw upside down. So I have a Nike swoosh. Not the best Nike swoosh, but you guys get the point. Notice I took up the whole page, one side to the other. All right, you can do one symbol, you could do 2 symbols. It's up to you. In the past when I have taught this, if you don't want to do symbols that are popular in today's world, I have done initials, meaning my first name's Nanette, my last name's Santarone, so I would do an N and an S, and I would do those as bubble letters. If you want to take this route, you can. Just make sure you draw large. Okay, so I would draw my N, and then I would cut those out. I'm going to stick with my Nike swoosh, though. All right, so I drew my Nike swoosh with a pencil. I'm using my scissors to cut this out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stencil, we'll call it, and we're going to retrace it again and again and again. It's so hard to work upside down. Again and again in each space. I don't want you to redraw it freehand. I want you to use your little piece that you made so that all of them are the same size. So you'll retrace it again and again. Now, let's say I said something about initials, NS. If I were doing NS, I would just go NS, 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 and later on, I would go ahead and color in a pattern. So NS, 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 if you want. Or you can go it this way, NS, 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 up to you, okay? This is day one. All you're gonna do is retrace the stencil in each space. So I'll do this 8 times total. I'm not gonna run the video for the entire amount of time. I think you get the idea. When you get done tracing with pencil, I want you to use either black pen, black crayon, black Sharpie, or black marker, and you're going to trace over what you drew. And that's all you're going to do for day one. Keep up the good work, friends. Talk to you later. Bye.